Hi, I'm Mark Mancini with VRBO Outstanding. This week we're going to ask the very old question, QB or not QB? That is the question. So welcome back. And I apologize for being so corny, but we're going to talk about, hopefully you get it, QuickBooks Desktop or QuickBooks Online. But whatever you do, you need QuickBooks. Now, before I go into the details, I want to first go over a couple different things. Number one, I want to remind you about my background. Many people are into short-term rentals and seems to be everyone's a coach and everyone has a course. I've been doing real estate investment for over 2 decades. My wife has as well. We do land contracts, long-term rentals, short-term rentals. We do it all and have done it all. But for the last 11 years, we've had multiple properties. We've run them very successfully, very professionally. This is not a side hustle. This is a business. Hopefully you take it as seriously, and it's not a side hustle for you. It is a business. So we're going to talk about how to go ahead and treat it professionally. Now, number one, I know some of you out there seem to want to run your business on your phone. This is your technology on your hand. That is not enough. You simply need to have a computer. I'm a PC person. I hate Macintosh, but if you're a Mac person, you need to buy a Mac, okay? Or again, if you're a PC person like myself, get a PC. You need a laptop. You need to be mobile. You might be on vacation or away for work, and you need to access your PMS system or your QuickBooks or anything else like that. So get a laptop. Remember, it's a tax deduction, as is your phone and your cellular service. So always remember to hire a great CPA that knows about real estate. And if you need a recommendation, just please hit me up. I'll refer you to a good one. Your CPA does not have to live in your area or even in your state. My CPA is out of state. They're great, but they're not taking any more new customers, new clients, but I do have someone else I can refer to you. Now, with accounting, like what happened during COVID, everyone works remotely. So, for instance, my firm handles tax returns in I think 35 or 38 different states of the 50 states. So again, a good tax attorney will know real estate. There is nothing special about short-term rentals, okay? As long as they know about real estate, that's all they need to know about. There's no special short-term rental CPA designation or knowledge that they have, okay? Just need a good real estate CPA. Now, here's what's going to keep your CPA happy: organizing your books. Now, I'm speaking from experience. My father, don't be mad at me, he was a field auditor for the IRS. Yes, that IRS. And for years, I'd watch him do his taxes and audits on clients when he was at home working. And I also noticed sometime starting around April 1st, definitely to April 14th, family members came by with shoe boxes filled with receipts, maybe occasionally a year-end form with their taxes, whether it be 1099 or anything else. So he was never a real fan of waiting until the last minute, and he was definitely not a fan of having all your receipts in a shoebox. So you want to keep your CPA happy because they're the ones that are going to be saving you money. Something I want to make sure you understand: the number one expense you're going to have your entire life is taxes, okay? You want to pay as little in taxes as you're legally responsible to pay. Now remember, there's 2 types of ways to avoid paying taxes. There's tax evasion and there's tax avoidance. Tax evasion is what Al Capone got arrested for. That's when you earn money and don't pay taxes. That's illegal. You go to jail. Don't do that. Then there's tax avoidance. Love tax avoidance. Tax avoidance means you only pay what you're legally obliged to pay, not a penny more. So you've heard these stories, right? These rich billionaires who earn millions and billions of dollars and pay nothing in taxes. And it's legal. Now, they have certain tax loopholes you can't take advantage of, but there are still some for you. That's what a good CPA does for you, but you have to make their job easier. You don't go to them in April with a shoebox. You should meet with your CPA every single quarter, and you should also call and/or email them when you're about to make some type of major purchase, whether it be a vehicle or another home, anything else like that. You're going to do this by using QuickBooks. Now there's two types. There's QuickBooks Online and there's the desktop version. Online is web-based. You don't have to worry about backups. It backs it up for you. You use a Mac or PC. You can access it from anywhere you've got a web browser. It's real easy to use. Now, the desktop version costs about $200 or so, and then every couple of years you have to buy it again. You have to make sure you have your own backups and you store them off-site, and you have to have a machine that it runs on. Now, I've been using QuickBooks for over 20 years. I'm used to the desktop version. With one of my companies, I used the online version. It was a lot different. I got used to it, but I had a preference to the desktop. If you're brand new and you've never used QuickBooks before, I'd strongly suggest the online version because it's going to be more future-proof for you. But if you're old school like me, well, you know, I'm a Gen X. I can't help it. I'm used to having that software on my machine. That QuickBooks Desktop is the version I go with. Now, you should have a separate data file for each of your LLCs. Now, some people will put every different home in a different LLC, but that all depends if you're in a Series LLC state or not. We're not going to go into that here, okay? That is in our course, and we're going to go into that into the detail in that course. But if you have, let's say, 3 homes, and each one is held in their own LLC, you will have a separate bank account for each, okay? You do not want to commingle those funds. So you're going to have a separate data file for each of the 3 homes, a separate bank account for them, and you're going to choose a bank that integrates with QuickBooks so that you can download your transactions easily. So what I usually do about once a month or so, is I'll open up QuickBooks to each file, I'll download the transactions, and then I'll categorize them. So for instance, advertising, repairs and maintenance, fixed assets, revenue income, etc. So I categorize all of that, do all the bookkeeping, so each quarter, at the end of the year, I can provide that file to my CPA, and they can easily do my taxes. Some of you out there are using Google Sheets or Excel. You need to put that away and put the big boy boots on and get with QuickBooks, or the big girl boots too. Now, remember, you're on a professional platform, Airbnb, VRBO. You need to use professional software. That's why I strongly suggest you get a PMS system, a property management system. We've got a video especially just on that, but you also need QuickBooks. Okay, so when you download this information, you'll be able to look at your profit and loss, be able to see how much money you're making, etc. And you'll be able to get this file and send it to your CPA for tax season. Some people will hire a bookkeeper and have them download everything and do it for you. You can easily go down that road. It's going to be an additional expense, but if you don't have the time or the knowledge, you know, you can always get a virtual bookkeeper. Okay, they're around, and if the price works, go with it. But don't use the shoebox, don't use a spreadsheet, don't use Google Sheets, and there's some other accounting software like Stessa and some other ones. Stick with Peachtree or QuickBooks. Peachtree is kind of gone away, as I don't really see that used by too many people anymore, but CPAs know Peachtree inside and out. It's actually their preference, but they still know QuickBooks. Now, I want to make sure that you guys take advantage of our special. Now remember, our course at VRBOOutstanding.com is $795, but I'm trying to help one person each week. So the first person that puts this code in to our site and checks out gets this course for $199. You're going to save over $600. That's my gift to you to help you out during these tough times. Alrighty, so we talked about being professional, using the right software, QB or not QB, online or desktop. And remember, get a great CPA, and I can refer one to you if you need. This is a business. You need to make sure you minimize those expenses. Practice tax avoidance, not tax evasion. I want to thank you again for joining me this week. Hit the like and subscribe button below. We'll see you again next week.